What could have saved this movie? This is a very stupid movie.
Do you understand anything about what the characters want? No, you do not.
One of the most excruciating movie experiences of my lifetime.
Going back to the Save the Cat method by Blake Snyder, he talks about starting with a synopsis and kind of using that as a springboard and as an anchor for the movie, so you don't stray too far away from what the movie is about, because primal and basic motivations are the best, because the audience can understand that. You don't want it to be too complex, because then you lose the audience. But the basic synopsis is there. So you have the meat and potatoes of a decent movie, but that's about 2% of the movie, and the rest is all fluff and unnecessary distractions that have nothing to do with the struggle of our main characters. And that's very frustrating, because not only is it like unnecessary and the audience knows that it's not necessary, but you lose the audience altogether, because you're supposed to care about this struggle of the character, but then nothing happens in the movie that allows you to care further.
Yeah, and the pushback against him there is nothing about the pushback that is not just sort of incidental and petty. It's nothing that makes him question what he's doing.
Yes.
He is always a utopian messiah.
What about for you? What do you see as could have been a saving grace for this movie?
I don't know about you, but as soon as that movie ended, I thought the movie where it ended is where it should have began.
Interesting.
Because the movie ends with everyone coming together. They come together and they're like, okay, society's crumbling. Let's make Megalopolis. I don't know about you, but after seeing the trailer, I was like, isn't that what this movie was supposed to be about?
Yeah.
And let's not just take a utopian on his word, and let's not just have an obligatory conversation between, there's an obligatory conversation between Caesar and Cicero about where they trade philosophy 101 Cliff's Notes about utopia. What if that's a dystopia?
Yeah.
Play that out. Let's see the real conflict of someone actually trying to make something. Maybe he succeeds. What's the actual fallout from that? Yeah. Considering that we live in a fallen world, which I don't know if Francis Ford Coppola believes in that, but I think he would believe in the inherent flaws of man. And that's kind of where drama has always come from. And let's see someone try to do something instead of spending 2 hours getting him to that point.
Yeah.
Let's give him that chance. I think it was a missed opportunity.
I'm realizing that most of the movie is about the talking and the planning of making Megalopolis. And then when we have about 15 minutes left in the movie, there's no visual of the construction aspect of this utopia. It just exists. It just poof, it appears. And Adam Driver is standing on the top of it and delivers this whole his philosophy on what's going on and what needs to happen. But it just it appears.
Yeah, and it looks like something from Disney World or something.
It looks like an amusement park.
Yeah, it just kind of looks like a weird resort.
Yeah.
So that's where the movie ends. That's where I feel like it could have there could have been a saving grace there.
Yeah.
I think I think if there's a principle in this, it's when you are telling a story, I wonder if Francis just got high on his own supply and was just making a movie for himself, which a lot of, it's his right to do it.
Yeah.
But think about the audience. And if you want to take someone on a crazy journey, give them at least something to hold on to.
I'm okay if we go wacky. I'm okay if you tell a really weird, crazy story that has no linear aspects to it, because I'm a Christopher Nolan fan.
Yeah.
Nolan throws time and physics to the wind, and I'm all there for it.
Sometimes to his own detriment. But
yes, that's going to be a debate on another podcast episode. But all I need, and I think maybe most audience members need, is just the basic, starting out tools to a movie. And then once we get that, we trust the director to take us on this journey, and it's going to tie back in at some point. But if we don't get that, we have nothing to hold on to the movie with.
Yeah.
You know, if the movie is this magic carpet that we're getting moved along with and floated along through this world, you know, we have to have the grip strength, if you will. We have to have the starting block to embark on this journey.
Cheap shot, Patrick.
Yes. Michael has broken wrists.
My carpal tunnel wrists.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. So, I mean, I was pretty depressed walking out of the movie. I was like, okay, well, we're just not going to do a podcast. We should probably just never do one ever again. But
the success about this movie was that we had a debate between ourselves whether
we had a great debate about the future.
we had a great debate about whether we should even air this podcast or not.
Yeah. But I think we've done our best to like
we've tried.
It's pretty foundational. We didn't really get to any spiritual elements because there are none. I mean, actually, can you read the final title card of this movie? It's probably pretty constructive to the way that Francis Ford Coppola thinks, and maybe why he doesn't have a grounding to stand on when it comes to even thinking about the future. Go ahead, Patrick.
So throughout the movie, there are these like Roman-styled title cards that kind of clue in with what's going to be happening in the next scene or like quarter act.
Or they are kind of like musings on society. Yes. Go ahead.
So at the end of the movie, we get this title card that's kind of like the new Pledge of Allegiance. And I'm going to read it out to you right now. I pledge allegiance to our human family and to all the species that we protect, one earth, indivisible, with long life, education, and justice for all. Mic drop.
Read aloud by a class of like first graders.
Which is who I think may have written it. It was like as if you a third grade teacher asked her class to rewrite the Pledge of Allegiance in their own words with kind of like something that had meaning to them personally. Yeah.
And I should say, it's like, I probably know as much about Roman society and like Greek myths or legends or drama, and as much about how to fix the country as Francis Ford Coppola, which is to say, obviously none. But at least if you're going to do something like that, take on the responsibility of like having the curiosity to find out. I don't think you always have to write what you know, but if you don't, find out, and then you know it, and then write about it. If you want to join in the conversation, please reach out to us on our Instagram or on our email, which is linked below. And if you want to donate to the podcast or the Center for Catholic Media, we're doing tons of projects like this, and we can always use some support. So our giving page is linked down there below as well. Yes. So so far it's a film club of 2, but let's keep adding more members.
Awesome.
It is not that exclusive.
No, we try and be open-minded and free entry.
Should we do the secret club handshake?
Let's do it.
All right.
We'll see you in the next episode. Have a great one. Time stop. Okay. And now he's paralyzed. If you know anything about Michael, he'll stay like this for a good 5 minutes. Me, I don't have the patience, so we're done. We're gonna have to cut it off. So I'm gonna. Yeah, now I just look foolish. I'm getting off. Love you guys. He's still doing this. Do you see this? I don't know if you can see me. He's still doing this. He's faltering though. He's shaking a bit. All right, I'm gonna have to pause the recording, and then he'll actually have to stop. You're not going to stop. Oh.